What's up? I'm Shaun. I play bass for Starkill, and I'm going to show you my live stuff. Alright, so my main is an old 91 made in Japan Ibanez Rd 707. I was looking for an Ibanez Rg guitar, but in bass form, and it turns out a long time ago they made those. So I picked this up off a dude in Canada, I think for like, I don't know, a couple $100, whatever. But right now it's got the Dimarzio James Lomenzo signature set. So he's the dude that was in Megadeth for a bit. So I prefer the P&J set over the humbuckers. I think they're a little more woody, a little more classic bass kind of sound. And as far as controls, I have a volume and a tone, which I keep dimed. And I have a blend, which I keep dead down the middle, because I do like the sound of both put together a little bit. Let's see, we're using Ernie ball strings. I use 45 through 105, and we're in drop C. I know it's a little thin, but it works for me. And I don't like fighting an instrument, I like playing it. So I did the thing you're not supposed to do, where you buy a backup bass strictly on looks and not on controls, I guess. So these are Nordstrom mini humbuckers, which I don't normally play, but they do sound kind of grindy, which is kind of cool. I'm a huge Charlie D'Angelo fan from Arch Enemy. I've always wanted to kind of emulate his style. So when I saw this, I had to pick it up. But I did the dumb thing where I bought the bass I shouldn't have, but I think I like it. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm starting a build of this. If any of you have ever seen Dana Strum's bass, this is pretty much a replica of his body, and I'm going to throw a P&J in it, which is kind of more my flavor anyway. We do have a lot of picks. We use a different assortment, as you can see. I like the Jumbo Jazzes. Just a part of having gigantic hands, it's easier to have a gigantic pick with you. And math is my favorite subject. Let's head over to Amp World. So, this old guy is looking back into history. This is the Digitech Gsp 1101. I was using it for my main for a while, emulating a 59 Bassman through an 810, I believe. But since then, we've moved up, and I've picked up the XFX 2 Mark II, which I'm absolutely in love with. So on this, what we've done is we've taken when I recorded the album and the previous album, I did a SVT3, which is their solid state head, through an Ampeg 810. And what we've done is we've tone matched and emulated that tone within maybe like a 98% accuracy, and then thrown it into the XFX. So when we're live, we like displaying as much from the album as we can. We like being as accurate to the album as we can. Alright, so you know that we're all big Fractal fans, or maybe you do now. Anyway, so we have two of them in the rack, and we have one as a backup, of course, and all of these are getting fed into our X32 mixer. So what we're doing with this is, since our drum kit, which you're going to see in a different video, which is awesome, we'll take two sends out of that, we'll take all of these XFXs, sum them down, and basically we're handing the house two cables. So there's no room for error, and we're very particular about our sound. We do basically all of our own mixing, all of our own live mixing on our own, and we don't want any room for error. So we've simplified things. We're still in the process of rebuilding our live rig, so we do have a big Sweetwater order coming up, but in the meantime, what we're using is an old G3 instrument, wireless. So in our ear mixes, what we decided to do, and I don't know if a lot of bands do this, but we thought it was the best idea for us, is for each individual player to listen to themselves, the click track, and the album. That's it. As far as interference from other people, if they take a liberty and do a pinch harmonic somewhere here and there, whatever, it's not going to distract you. So, like in my ears, it'll be just my bass down the center, click slightly left, album slightly right. I also take the album and I high pass it to maybe about 100, 120 hertz to suck all the bass out of it, so I can come through and I can hear myself. We do all of our own ear mixes within Reaper, and we'll compress, we'll EQ. Ears, I chose to go with JH Audios, and I did the 13 V2s, which, if anyone out there in the recording world is familiar with the Yamaha NS10s, they've said that they've been the NS10s of ears. But there's also this cool attenuator which dials in, I think, like anywhere from 6 to 12 dB of bass per ear, which is kind of nice for a bass player because you can really pump it up and really get, like, not only hear bass but feel bass, which is really kind of cool. And their artwork is dope. I mean, if anyone knows me, they know I'm a big Doom fan, so well, it's some kind of neat stuff. If you want to see any of this stuff live, you're hearing this here first. In April, we're going to be out on the road again. Check us out on Spotify, iTunes Music, any sort of streaming service, YouTube, anywhere you can get us, you can get us.